James Bradley, that Big Ben could be out 4 to 6 weeks based on what he saw during the procedure on Monday. Sources told our Chris Mortensen Landry Jones will start when Bill Belichick and the Patriots come to Heinz Field Sunday. Then after a bye week, Pittsburgh has a big road matchup against the rival Ravens, in the week after the 5-1 Cowboys pay a visit to the Steel City. So the Steelers are in first place in the AFC North at 4-2. But will they survive, Max, with Landry Jones at the helm?
I think so. And if you look at their record in the coming weeks, you have the Patriots coming up. That's a loss with a backup quarterback, let's face it. Then you have a bye. Then you got the Ravens, Cowboys, and Colts. I'm going to skip the Browns for a second. I'm saying with a backup quarterback, let's say he's out 6 weeks. Ravens, Cowboys at home, and at Colts, I'm going to say you're going to win one of those 3 games. I don't think that's being overly generous. I think that's realistic. You're going to win one of those 3 games, and you're going to beat the Browns. That's 2 wins in your next 5 games, and then you get Ben Roethlisberger back. You're okay. And here's the thing about Landry, Stephen A. Smith. They spent a 4th-round pick on him. And when they drafted him several years ago, the idea was not that one day he's going to take over for Ben Roethlisberger. The idea is they wanted to draft a competent backup quarterback. You know, there are some guys who get drafted thinking this is going to be our backup. He's going to be well-versed in all the things we want to do, our system. And if our guy goes down with an injury and he has to miss a couple games, 3-4 games, or something like that happens, we have a guy who can come in and basically run things the way we want him to run them. Now, if you're the Steelers, and we've heard Mark Schlereth on this show talk about not just drafting guys, but drafting and development. What kind of franchise do you have? The Steelers have a good one. They draft, and then they develop them into real players. I think the assumption should be, from Steelers fans certainly, that if this was the plan, 4th-round pick on a backup quarterback, then they have developed him to the point where he can now do his job, especially when you have the kind of weapons they have on offense, a good offensive line, very good offensive line, and a great wideout and a great running back. All those things should help him. I'm saying right now, if Roethlisberger's out 6 weeks, they got at least 2 wins in their next 5 games, plus the bye. There's your 6 weeks.
Well, I get where you're coming from with that, but to me, here's where the question lies, because I'm looking at Le'Veon Bell and D'Angelo Williams, and I'm thinking that Todd Haley, and knowing that Mike Tomlin is smart enough to get that man the ball, Le'Veon Bell. I'm thinking about Antonio Brown, who's looking to get more than a $4 million raise that he got this season, and he's looking for a new lengthy contract. They're going to get him the ball more, him, Sammy Coates in particular. I get all of that. On Landry Jones, I tell you to go kick rocks. I wouldn't buy it. I don't believe it.
In college,
that's just me based on what I've seen from him.
In college, he got his shot because of an injury to Sam Bradford. And he was not Sam Bradford as a starter, but he was good enough. And he was inconsistent, but he was good enough to get drafted in the 4th round. For the Steelers, excellent organization to spend still a valuable draft pick. It's not a first or second rounder.
He was no Dak Prescott.
No, he was not.
I'll tell you that much.
No, for sure not. But that's why the Steelers didn't look at him as the quarterback of the future. They looked at him as a backup. If what you're arguing is that, look, he's no starting caliber championship quarterback, NFL caliber, I would agree with that. But that's not his role on the team. His role is this. If Roethlisberger gets hurt, can you come in and spell him? I'm sure they'd prefer it was 2 or 3 weeks to 4 to 6 weeks, but it is 4 to 6 weeks, and the question is, Can he hold down the fort? And I don't think this is a weeding on the Cowboys last year. I think you're doing better than that if you're the Steelers. And if you're not, if this 6-game sample, 4 to 6 week sample coming up shows that he's not, then the Steelers need to move on and find another backup quarterback. But if
that's where
he's not good enough to back up in the NFL?
That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going. I'm saying to you, I don't like him as the backup. I wish they had another backup. That's what I'm trying to. Him as a backup at all. I have no faith in Landry Jones. I have none. I hope I'm wrong because you know me. I'm diehard Steelers, baby, and I love me some Mike Tomlin in the crew. I don't believe in Landry Jones at all. To me, the only way the Steelers have a shot to win this game is if they run the ball. Which was last year, and I wasn't impressed.
And he wasn't very impressive. But I'm here to tell you that you got 2 wins in your next 6 weeks out of 5 games. And for this Steelers team, that should be enough. That's holding down the fort more or less until Roethlisberger gets back.
If you win 2 and lose 3, that puts you at 6-5. I don't like that.
Well,
I don't like
you'd
that.
like to win every game.
Not with these weapons.
But this is the reality.
Not with these. I'm saying not with these weapons. Not with these weapons. You should. If you had a quality backup, you could win more than 2 games over the next 5, in my opinion.
By the way, last year he threw a couple touchdowns to Martavis Bryant, who he doesn't have now. But he still does have Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell and an offensive line. If you have that, you should have enough to beat the Browns and maybe the Colts or the Cowboys or something like that.
And he told everyone, Stephen A., don't panic. So don't panic, okay?
Who? Who said that?
Landry Jones. He told his team, don't panic.
Landry Jones. Hold it. Landry Jones actually had the nerve to have a quote?
Yeah, he's calm.
Who gave him permission? Who gave him permission to talk? The New England Patriots are coming into town. Tom Brady is coming into I'm saying you may not know if you get the ball to other people. We know what Landry Jones is, I think. Let's see. I'll do that.